You mention it as like the core of everything is like extreme anxiety. Do you know when that kind of like started in the first place? Like where, like relatively, yeah, when that started?
No.
No. Yeah.
Like, when I think about it, I can sort of think of instances in the past that I can, looking back on, I can tell I had a lot of anxiety going into it.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, like there's more stuff before that I think about, and
Yeah.
so I don't think there was ever really a defining moment where it was like, oh, okay, now that started.
Yeah.
It was just sort of there.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pinpoint after the fact when it started.
Right. I think it's the same for me. I don't really know exactly when it's started, but I just kind of know when it got worse and worse, and when I started noticing that it wasn't normal in comparison to everyone else. Like it was taking so much control, and then other people, everyone gets anxiety and gets nervous, but you know, it was more controlling me and also like restricting me, and other people it was you know, just like this little thing that they had. So yeah, I definitely understand that. How would you like best like describe it to someone who, you know, can't really empathize with that, I guess?
Well, it's kind of strange because in my situation, I sort of discounting the last couple of years, I never thought I had anxiety.
Yeah.
So what I was feeling, I interpreted completely wrong.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, an example, school, like there was a test that I didn't want to take.
Yeah.
So I had strong anxiety about that, but it didn't come out as anxiety.
Yeah.
It came out as, oh, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, okay. So it's kind of like something that was just restricting you from doing anything, I guess. Like it was,
So anything I had anxiety about, it wouldn't come out as anxiousness. It would just be, oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So it made me feel like I was in control.
Right.
Whereas I was just shit scared of something.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. When it did anyone around you notice it get to like a really like noticeable point, or did you tell someone as soon as it got worse and worse?
No, because I didn't know. No one else really did.
Yeah.
Because I was so good at hiding it, I hid it from myself essentially.
Yeah.
So I think the sort of big indicators, especially to my parents, when, you know, the school was getting, you know, involved and things like that, where it had more physical effects.
Okay.
Because they were a lot more noticeable.
Yes, like staying at home. I guess how that came to be in the first place.
It sort of came from, I suppose, a lack of anything else to do.
Yeah.
So after leaving school, I didn't really have, because all my friends were still at school.
Yeah.
So I had no, well, that's sort of a separate story, but I didn't really have anything to do. So the only reason I had to really leave the house was my weekly appointment with my psychologist.
Yeah.
And that sort of, in the beginning I used to leave a bit more.
Yeah.
Like I'll go with my mum to the supermarket or something like that. You know, I'll try to leave. But eventually it got to a point where I just had no real, you know, want to leave.
Yeah.
It just became, okay, I just sit in my room.
Yeah.
But Play video games.
Play video games, you were just sort of in that. Yeah. Right. Did you in this time like lose sight of what your like passion was? Like, did you have something during school that you're like, oh, I want to do this when I'm older, or like that you were working towards, or did you kind of just lose sight of that?
Not really. That's something that I've sort of struggled with.
Yeah.
Like even before it really manifested itself, was that I didn't ever have like a set path to go through.
Yeah.
In life, it was like for some people it's like, oh, dad a tradie, I'll become a tradie.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, like my parents were always, I don't want to say overly supportive, but it was a case of no matter what I wanted to do, they would support me.
Yeah.
So that sort of flooded me with choice, where it was like I could do anything.
Yeah.
Which I think was overwhelming.
Yes, and so I think describe the lowest point or like a scary moment you've had with all of this, if there has been one.
So it was probably a year, two years ago probably.
Yeah.
Where I was sort of beginning to realise what I was feeling, because, well, as I mentioned, my parents weren't emotional.
Yeah.
Which, being raised by that, meant that I sort of never learned how to figure things out.
Yeah.
But through this I have. So I was sort of beginning to learn things, and that wasn't a fun experience.
No.
I think it was necessary.
Yeah.
But it certainly wasn't fun.
Mm.
So during that time, I spiraled very hard and very fast.
Okay.
It went from that was sort of the starting point of when I stopped doing a lot of things.
Okay.
And the moment I caught myself was when I was sort of inadvertently planning my own suicide.
Yeah.
Which sort of, when I realised what I was doing, it fucking terrified me. Because I always thought that, oh, no, I'm bad, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not that bad, I'm not suicidal or anything.
Yeah.
But then I sort of caught myself planning my own death.
Yeah.
And that was, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. It's like really scary.
The physiological stuff of eating better, sleeping actual times.
Yeah.
Sort of probably doing more exercise, those kind of things. I think that a lot of people underestimate the impact that has on mental health. Because it's like depressive spirals can come from chemical imbalances. That's purely physical stuff that can cause that.
Yeah.
So I think that's 100% something I could improve.
Yeah.
But saying that, it's different from actually doing it.
Yes.
So it's something I'm currently working to try and do.
Yeah.
But definitely somewhere that I'm improving at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Here's a bit of advice from me. So and this isn't like a new concept, but there's this like artist that I follow, and he did like an album. It was called Swimming, and the whole concept was that he was he wasn't drowning anymore. He was swimming in the issues and the adversity that he was facing, instead of just kind of sitting there and just like letting it happen. And so that's just my advice for you. It's obviously way easier said than done, and I catch myself sitting there drowning, sometimes doing nothing and not actually facing the issues. But those little wins, as in getting up out of bed, for me, my different versions of swimming for me is like going for a walk, at least seeing at least like one friend a week. So last question, what is the best advice from yourself you'd give, just for anyone out there who's feeling the same way?
I suppose to try and not be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's I feel the anxiety towards things that even beforehand I can tell that it makes no sense to. Like this, for example.
Yeah.
I was quite nervous coming to this.
Me too. Yeah.
But I had no real rational reason to think that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I'm quite a rational person, I tend to beat myself up a bit because of it. But it's like, stop being such an idiot. Like, you have no real reason to think that.
Yeah.
But, emotions aren't rational. And sometimes you gotta listen to them and actually sort of pay attention, deal with them, and sort of work with them to get things done.
Okay, yeah.
Which, once again, easier said than done.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think starting to get into that rhythm of actually listening to them, as opposed to just, beating yourself up and calling yourself an idiot, is certainly a better way to do things. And that's sort of the best advice I have for people who are sort of like me, where it's that they prefer rational thinking over emotions.
Yeah.
Is that emotions have their place.
Yeah.
And to not disregard them.
Okay, yeah.